Counsel, did you have a chance to speak with probation?
I did.
All right, court is calling 2023 CR 5280, State of Texas versus Kevon Alfred James Jones. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
Defense?
David A. Garcia, attorney for Kevin Jones.
And are you Mr. Jones?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Kevin Alfred James Jones who was placed on community supervision in 2023 CR 5280 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams on January 22nd, 2024 for a term of 8 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor. Violated condition number 1 on or about the 22nd day, of May 2024, in Bear County, Texas. The defendant Kevin Alfred James Jones committed the offense of evading arrest or detention in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Your Honor, we'll waive the remaining violated conditions.
No
Any-
objections.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1? Court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you to 9 years in the prison.
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There's Your Honor.
Yes.
And it's a denied a motion to revoke, continue in Willis probation. The state is taking into consideration clause number 766366, and also to have the individual attend state ISF.
That is the agreement, Your Honor.
All right. So why is he continuing to violate? I mean, why is he violating probation?
Well, Judge, if you look at the 3 conditions, 2 of which have now been waived. The evading, I conferred with the state. It was something I've actually filed a motion for continuance. Because when you look at the police report, it was an execution of a search warrant at a location not my client's. And he was outside of the house. When the police arrived, everyone ran. My client states that he heard bangs. He was fearing for his life. So he ran and hid, and they found him hiding behind a shed in the area. The report from the probation department shows he's been clean. So that was a stupid mistake, Judge. The state and I looked at it. The motion was to get the video, but we worked out this deal. He's been sitting in jail for 2 months. His mother's present, who supports him and loves him. Other than that, the other violation was something about proof of change of address. And I think when he was arrested, he gave some, I think his father's address or something, which is different. And then I think the last one was not completing community service or something like that. So he's been working on doing well. We're hoping that the three months in ISF will make sure that he understands he cannot afford any mistakes. And we're hoping that you grant him this opportunity to prove himself and keep him on probation.
All right, and state with regards to this evading, I haven't seen the police report.
Would you like the police? I mean, pretty much the rendition is that it was a drug house that he was standing outside of and with another gentleman. When the officers arrived at DPS, they did run off and did not stop when asked to stop, and that's the evaded.
All right, thank you. You may continue to confer.
Thank you.
Why is it takes people to get arrested to decide they're going to change their life and they want to do things differently? He should not have even been outside a known drug house. And I don't want to hear, I didn't know it was a known drug house, because if you live in a neighborhood, me, no matter where you stay, you know what house is the house that you shouldn't be at.
I think the gentleman he was speaking to was his uncle, which doesn't excuse where he was, Judge, but that's the situation we have.
And doesn't excuse giving fake addresses, doesn't excuse any of this. How old are you?
25.
You want to raise your right hand for me? You solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Keelan Jones.
Do you know what your conditions of probation are?
Yes, sir.
Do you know part of your conditions of probation, you can't hang around people who've been in prison, who are out of prison, who are on probation? Do you realize that?
Yes, ma'am.
So is your uncle out of prison, been on probation, any of those things?
10 years ago. Yes, ma'am.
You can't hang around him.
Yes, ma'am.
You can't hang around any family member who's been in and out, well, who's been to prison, out of prison, on probation. It's not allowed while you're on probation. Do you want to go to prison? Then why are you behaving like you want to go to prison? Why? Why? You're 25. When are you going to grow up? And stop asking your mom to come down and cry and do this for you. Your mom should be enjoying the best days of her life, not dealing with someone who's 25 years old. You're a grown man and you're behaving like a child. When's the last time you had employment?
Before this happened.
Doing what?
Working at a moving company.
And how far did you go in school?
I graduated.
And what are you planning on doing with the rest of your life? Other than hanging out with people you shouldn't be hanging around?
Need to stay out of trouble.
Well, everybody, I'm staying out of trouble. Are you staying out of trouble?
I try, Judge. I don't.
Everybody's staying out of trouble, unless it's good trouble.
Yes,
You're
ma'am.
staying in bad trouble, and then you come to the court and you want to beg me to give you another chance. And you bring your mom down here when she has to pay for parking. I don't know if she drove or if she took the bus, but she could have been doing something else with her day.
Yes,
Instead, she's dealing with a grown man who don't want to behave well. Probation, is this what you all are asking for? All right, I'll deny the motion. Alternate amend conditions to include the MRT, ISF, and upon release, I want him on GPS. And it's going to be partial, and it's for employment only. So what that means is you're going to be on GPS. The only thing you're allowed to do on GPS is go to work and go back home. Who are you going to be living with?
Mother.
Does your mom want you living with her?
Yes.
Did you ask her? That's either yes or no.
Yes.
If I call her up here, is she gonna say you asked her, can I live with you?
Yes.
All right, so I see you looking up to see. Is he allowed to stay with you?
He does. But he's gonna abide by what I say.
All right, if you can come forward, please. Move over there. All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand. State your name for the record.
Anya Bledsoe?
All right. Is this your son?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, he's saying that he has your permission to live at your home. Is he allowed to live at your home?
Yes, he is.
All right, so he's going to be on GPS. He will only be allowed to go to work, then he has to come home.
Yes, ma'am.
If he violates those conditions, a motion to revoke is going to be filed.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anything else you think your son needs to be successful?
If I tell you,
No, tell me.
you need to listen.
Okay.
That's why I say, your people are the wrong, your choices of the people are the wrong thing in your mind. You can't get over. He was raised the correct way. So what he has done it doesn't make any sense. Following somebody is no good. Be a leader.
Mhm.
That's what I try to teach him. He's a good kid. He really and truly is. It's just like I say, following the wrong, even family. Because I have to cut mine out too.
Mhm.
So he will work. He helps me out with everything. He's a good kid, very mannerable and everything. And not to bring up when he was with you first time, like I told him, You went up there and you let that lady tell you when you shouldn't have even acted like she wasn't talking to you. And I told him, you are to apologize to her. You know,
Mhm.
that's the proper thing. That is the proper thing because he wasn't raised like that. You know, I love him to death, but I will. And he has left home before. I told him, you think you're gonna run around here and do what you wanna do, get your things and go. I'm not gonna deal with that.
Okay.
So, I spoke with him this time. Yes, he did, my mama do the right thing. Okay, because I will call the police. I will turn him in. I don't have a problem with that because I don't need the headache.
All right, so let me just tell you, I'm gonna make sure you give your address to probation because when he's released from custody, that's where he's gonna be staying.
Ma'am.
And she will give you the phone number of who his probation officer is gonna be.
Yes, ma'am. And I do believe as far as that address thing, on his ID is 522.
Oh, no. Here's the thing. We're gonna go, I'm gonna continue him. We're starting from ground zero right now.
Okay.
So he's gonna know where he needs to stay.
Right.
And that's where we'll be, okay? All right, thank you.
Thank you. And Judge, regarding the GPS, can
All
we
right.
waive the fees?
Oh, just 1 second. Come back up, Mr. Jones. All right. Oh, don't be bowing your head like you have some kind of shame. Your mother is saving your life. You understand?
Yes,
All right, the court is going to deny the motion, alternate amend conditions to include MRT, ISF upon release, and he's to remain in custody until transferred to ISF cognitive. There's going to be GPS partial for employment only, waive GPS fees, and it's going to be proof of employment within 30 days of release. And you are to reside with your mother until further notice.
That's state ISF, right, Judge?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
Probation, is there anything else he needs? All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. You may think you're an adult, but guess what? You're going to be living in your mom's home. So she has her rules. If she wants the television off at 10, television goes off at 10. If you want to make your own rules, you need to get your own place. And I'm telling you right now, you are not allowed to leave your mother's house or go live somewhere else without the court's permission. Do you understand?
yes.
Is there anything you do not understand?
ma'am.
Anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Good luck.
All right, Dubriel,